Virgin Galactic stock could be the biggest nightmare for a short seller. We will talk about Shamas today. We will talk about the competition today. We will talk about the first flight with Richard Branson. And finally, we will talk about maybe the biggest, soon exploding short squeeze in the whole space stock industry. You came to this video maybe because you are invested in Virgin Galactic or you want to be invested in Virgin Galactic. However, either way, I'm doing daily content on this and other stocks that we are following here on this channel for the next 10x stock. We had a huge success with Tesla stock, so make sure to stay tuned and like up this video if you'd like this daily content. Now, let's dive first into Shamas Palihapitiya, the chairman and new investor who brought Virgin Galactic with a spec to the stock market. Is a very tough guy, okay? If you listen to this interviews that he has always on CNBC or other media outlets, he's very specific, very good in talking, and I think this is a nightmare for every short seller out there, okay? There can be, a very profound short seller out there and saying, Virgin Galactic is doomed, but then Shamas just needs a few minutes on CNBC and giving, his usual brilliant, super smart speeches, and I'm telling you, then the tide is shifting towards the bullish side, because this guy knows a thing or two how economics work, okay? And not only that, but he knows how economics 2020 works. This is a huge difference. I think so many people are hooked to this old fundamental thinking, expensive money thoughts, while the money gets super cheap and we are in unprecedented times on the stock market. You need a smart guy to lead the company, and this is exactly what's happening with Virgin Galactic. The chairman of the board, Shamas Palihapitiya, is the right man on the right spot at the right time, okay? Not only that, but think about it, he's so convinced about the idea, about the business, and said many times on CNBC that this is maybe one of his most sure and secured investments he ever made. He actually put $100 million by his own wealth into this company. If this is not a great sign, because think about it, there's always the saying, people can sell stocks because of 1,000 different reasons, okay? Maybe they want to buy a property, maybe they want to cash out a little bit, maybe they have some financial problems, maybe they don't trust the company and their future anymore, or they just make so much profit that they think the stock is overbought. But they buy the stock or into a company only because of one reason, because they think in a specific time frame, it's sometimes short term, sometimes long term, the stock will go up. If you are interested into Virgin Galactic and want to talk about with other investors about the stock and other things, then I would encourage you to check out the community here to get a Wolf of Dubai membership. Now, if you're pressing the join button below all the videos, if you don't see the join button, change the browser, then you can get access with the second tier Real Wolf to our Discord chat, or if you get even the latest, the biggest tier, then you have even one-on-one with me on social media or email. We can exchange, the ideas and thoughts about your trades, about your investing, and you will just become a better investor. So think about it, and let's dive into the point of competition. Now, if a stock is very much successful, let's say like it was for Apple, like it was for Tesla, like it was for so many companies out there, then you automatically think, okay, what is happening with the competition? Because this is obviously something that is a risk for every company if there is huge competition. If a field is very competitive, then you don't see any outbreaker stocks like crazy, like it was with Tesla, for example, because, there's just too much competition, it can be easily copied. And this is exactly not the same with Virgin Galactic. So there is very, 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 very few competition. I would even say and to go so bold that in the way Virgin Galactic is operating and sending this gliding airspace vehicle into the low orbit and back is so unique and so cheap that it's really hard to compare it to, for example, even with companies like Blue Origin or SpaceX. So SpaceX and Blue Origin, because it's so expensive to shoot up a rocket, it's still, you know, SpaceX is a tenth of a normal mission that NASA would do with their rockets, but it's still like $50 to $90 million for one rocket. So as you can see, it's very, very expensive compared to a flight where, you know, 6 passengers will pay $250,000, which is, you know, $1.25 million, and it's a 60% profit margin for Virgin Galactic. So you see how cheap it actually is to bring one flight up there. And this is so unique that not only people will use it to experience this, but it also will be so hard to copy this experience for SpaceX. Blue Origin has to offer so much more to justify maybe a $2 million price ticket or $3 million price ticket for an experience into space. And as you know, there's many paths to the top of the mountain. So don't always think, you know, it needs to be just one company on the top of everything. It can be that you have a couple of companies offering totally different service in a very similar ecospace, which is space tourism, and I think there will be so much more to come. But Virgin Galactic has really the closest call here, and once people and investors are seeing this, that it's so hard to copy, then this stock usually gets all the attention and people are just buying this one stock primarily. Now, the first Richard Branson flight will be something historic. But before we diving into it, make please 2 things for me. First, check out my second channel, Wolf of Dubai 2, where I'm posting every single day content in a brand new format, a little bit shorter, straight to the point. Check it out if you like. And on the other side, check out the Instagram page, Wolf of Dubai Danny. This is my official Instagram page, and you should be following me there as well, because I'm posting there daily too about stocks and the stock market, about my thoughts and, you know, about my life, how I live in Dubai. So if you're interested, make sure to do both things. Now, first Richard Branson flight on Virgin Galactic will be something that will be broadcasted worldwide. Not only that, it will be such a great marketing event, not only to acquire new clients, it will also give the company huge exposure, but also it will give the brand a huge exposure, and fourth thing, it will give the stock a very amazing exposure. CNBC will talk about that, right? Normal media, that people, that the usual normal, not stock involved people are seeing this and saying, you know, maybe this is the next Tesla, let's invest some money there. And this is so important, guys. Not only that the company does very, very well, but people need to know about this company, about the stock. And therefore, I think this is a huge move, and this is the beauty about the Virgin Galactic stock. And that's why I think the short sellers will wish that they would never short sell Virgin Galactic stock. I can promise you that when we will see the news headlines, Virgin Galactic owner went to space, coming back, and now it starts off operation. You know what this means? Guys, this means a multiple of the stock price that we saw just a couple of months ago, okay? So I have an average of $17 per share, and I think, you know, we can easily cross the third of it, you know, crossing the $50 mark when this happened in the first quarter of 2021. And therefore, you know, this all combined is a huge argument for destroying short sellers, guys. What is also interesting is obviously how much stocks are short. How is the ratio to the stocks that are on the daily volume or which are traded? How many of those are actually short sellers, okay? And this is something that you can look up, and this is here the information that you can see. So for example, on the 16th of October, when there was a lot of activity and the stock went quite high, you know, up to 7% intraday, and then somewhere ended the day with a 3.5% positive, we saw the short volume increased compared to the day before, for example. So usually, if you're looking into those numbers, it's that as higher the stock price go, as more people are shorting the stock, because as better is the potential that the stock will go down and the short seller are making some money. However, think about what will happen when the stock price go up. Okay, let's say after all the test flights towards end of the year and the second full rehearsal test flight, we will see a stock price of $30. A lot of people will bet against a higher price after that, because 30 is, you know, almost all-time high of the stock. And then what will happen is that, you know, there will be coming the first Richard Branson flight, which will catapult maybe the stock to $50 or $60, which then will, you know, absolutely burn those short sellers, okay? Because it will be such an, you know, event that will bring so many new investors, you know. So you can see a kind of wave of the short sellers going more into, and as more short sellers are coming to the stock at say $30, because they think, you know, they will never make it with the test flight of Richard Branson, then, you know, this will be a celebration of all us space lovers, okay? We will have a huge party, because we will see a tremendous upside for the stock if just the short sellers have to cover their positions, because they are so much into the red, because the stock will just go up and up and up. And sometimes, and you know, you can read this in many books out there, that, you know, once a trend is established, you know, it can go on for a while as a winning streak for a stock, because, you know, even though the stock market information are so fast nowadays, it still needs, you know, a couple of days or weeks that people say, okay, what happened there with Virgin Galactic? Okay, they reaching milestone after milestone. This, you know, I know this from Tesla before, right? Tesla also brought the Gigafactory China, ramped up the production Model 3. All this milestone were achieved, so the stock will gain and gain and gain, and the short sellers will just push the stock price higher. So I think something like this can happen. And if you make that until now in the video, make sure to thumb it up. And I'm daily vlogging about the stocks here on this channel, on my second channel. So subscribe if you're new here, and I see you later on.